tonight I watched Leigh Janiak's Honeymoon. It came out last spring, I think, and oh no, last fall. And somehow I didn't see it, and I'm kind of bummed because it was like a perfect trifecta of written and directed horror films by women last fall because there was this one, there was A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, and there was The Babadook, and that's just sort of like an amazing triple feature. Guess this didn't make very much money. Wow. Sorry, I was looking at the data. It was a $1 million film and it only made $9,000 in theaters. Now I definitely feel bad that I didn't see it in theaters. Anyways, it's a horror film, sort of a cabin in the woods slash body snatchers sort of horror film. Obviously set during a honeymoon in Canada. And the stars are Rose Leslie, who I guess is on Game of Thrones, and Harry Treadaway, who is on Penny Dreadful. Both of those shows I don't watch, so I didn't know anything about these actors going in. But apparently they're like Scottish and English, and they're totally doing like Canadian and Brooklyn accents, and it worked for me. So they're on their honeymoon in this cabin in the woods, away from everything, having just been married. And the first night is wonderful, and then there's like a weird bright light, and then the girl ends up um, sleepwalking, and then she starts acting weird, and the dude's freaking out, like, why are you acting weird? And that's the rest of the movie until you get to the end and you find out why. And I'm going to spoil it a little bit because I want to talk about an aspect of the film that I didn't see in any of the discourse, really, that I saw online. I saw one comment on a Reddit thread, of all places, and like one person on Letterboxd. So not none of the like actual criticism of this film talked about this aspect, probably because it's spoilery. But I didn't even find like a blog post where someone explored this, and it's just fascinating. So this is a point in the review where I'm about to spoil everything, and if you want to watch the film unspoiled, don't watch anymore, and then come back, because then you can listen to my discussion. Spoiler alert for everybody, spoilers. Okay, so it turns out that she's been like abducted by creatures or aliens or something, and impregnated with like an alien being. Why? Who knows? Does that matter? Not really. The reason I want to spoil it, though, is there was a lot of criticism about how the film is about how marriage changes people, how the fears and insecurities that come with being in a marriage, etc., etc., etc. And on one level, yes, but once she's had this being put into her, we're now into pregnancy territory. That's what's happening here. That's what's being discussed here. That's the feelings that are going on, where she's feeling something different and strange happening to her body that she can't explain to the man, and he can't understand it because he can't ever get pregnant. And women get pregnant, and it's things happen to their body that they can't explain, and the feelings happen that they don't really have words for. And that's what's being explored in this film, and it's fascinating. And the fact that so few people picked up on it, or so few people decided to write about it, is just boggles the mind, because it's wonderful to see those sort of very feminine feelings and happenings being explored in cinema, much like The Babadook, which was partly about postpartum depression and partly about just motherhood in general. Like it's kind of great to see women taking these very feminine, very women-centric things that happen in life and implanting them in genre cinema. It's fucking amazing. But going one step further, when she discusses that night and what happened to her, she uses very much the dialogue of a rape survivor, because she talks about them being a group of people that she couldn't see, and that after they did what they did to her, she could still feel them in her. And it's like, how on earth did we have all this discussion about this film and no one's talking about pregnancy and rape when that's sort of what's happening here? Like, I don't understand. It's not even very subtle. And, I don't know. It's like people just don't get it. So that was the spoilers. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tag this as spoilers in the video too. So although if you've already watched it through this, you've already been spoiled. So, oops. I thought this was a great film. You can watch it on Netflix. You can actually watch this, The Babadook, and A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, all on Netflix. You can do like a 2014 lady horror triple feature, and then never sleep again. That's probably what I'm gonna have to listen to music for a long time, because it said that like creepy darkness alien thing going on, and that fucks me up every time. Anyways, I thought this was fantastic. I thought the actors were great. The screenplay is co-written by Leigh Janiak and Phil Graziadei, and I thought they both wrote a really tight, terrifying film. And Janiak's like use of the camera to make you feel unsettled, and the way she rests on certain inanimate objects and things, it's just beautiful. And the chemistry between the two leads really is important because they're 98% of the film, and they really, really have great chemistry together. They felt like a couple, horny couple in their honeymoon. So I recommend this film a lot. Really creepy score for it by Heather McIntosh. It scared me throughout. It's a very tense film. So you should watch this. It's on Netflix. Sorry for all the spoilers. If you agree with my reading of this film, tweet at me and tell me about it, because I want to hear other people discussing this film. Anyways, this is Leigh Janiak's Honeymoon. It's from 2014.